Alabama football continuing with bowl prep. It finished up its third day of sessions on Wednesday, and according to Nick Saban, 4 more days of work to go prior to the program taking a break for the Christmas holiday, and then it will travel to Orlando, Florida to get some work in prior to facing Michigan in the Citrus Bowl on New Year's Day. But we're back, locked and loaded from the break on the hottest show on the streets. When you look at Alabama football news, this right here, in my own words, the podcast with yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. As always, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and drop a like, give a thumbs up on the show, and subscribe. That tells us, got to continue feeding you the best in content on your Crimson Tide. And it's because of you, the passionate Alabama fans. We are now over 7,000. That's right, 7,000 subscribers strong for the YouTube channel. Also, the show powered each and every time by our good friends at WhitwillSports.com, that being Title Towel. Be sure to purchase you a couple of those rally towels today. Title Towel, the rally towel with benefits for the avid Alabama sports fan. Just $9.99, but it lasts a lifetime. So wave that towel in the air, twirl it like you just don't care, showing that support for Nick Saban and Alabama football. Go to WhitwillSports.com, get you a couple of those towels. Crimson Tide had its early signing period on Wednesday, and it signed 20 of the potential 27 student athletes for 2020 class. And while there have been quite a few signing classes that have come through the capstone that I have enjoyed thoroughly, all of them, with the exception of 2, the 2018 class and the 2019 group, have won or have been a part of a national championship. This 2020 bunch right here, determined, hungry, special, according to Nick Saban, character-driven, quality, mature guys. And if you looked at the video that Roydell Williams, the running back from Hueytown High School in Hueytown, Alabama, put up in his interview, he said that never again will the Crimson Tide not be in the college football playoff. So this 2020 class very much so determined to make sure Alabama gets back to the top of the mountain and wins a national championship. But really like this group here. Nick Saban already loving on, valuing, appreciating Bryce Young, the 5-star quarterback from Mater Dei High School in California, for him signing on, saying that really loves this young man, the family that he comes from. He's made up of the right stuff. He is what you want at the quarterback position. So Coach Saban already all in on Bryce Young. Now, one of the things that I kind of really enjoy about this class thus far, not over yet, but one of the things that I enjoyed, and Alabama fans have been kind of waiting on Nick Saban to get back to this, was of the 20 signees, 9 hail from the state of Alabama. Getting back to recruiting the in-state guys. And, of course, after the national championship loss to Clemson back in January, Nick Saban has been speaking on getting back to the Alabama factor, the Bama way of doing things, going back to being that team that's feared, that's respected, that nobody wants to play, that has the discipline, the attention, the details, the hunger, the nastiness, the physicality, just being that team that does everything right, or all the little things in order, being well coached, being well disciplined. And part of getting back to that Bama factor is getting the in-state talents that know how important the Iron Bowl rivalry is. They've been a part of the culture. They grew up in it. Understanding how important the Alabama-Tennessee rivalry is, which these in-state kids do. They grew up in it. They understand the culture. They know that when they get an Alabama offer, it's like breath to life for them. It means more to them. They look at it harder. They anticipate getting that offer from Alabama. They anticipate getting that offer from Nick Saban. It's like they get that offer from Alabama, they shut everything else down because this is home. I want to defend home. I'm coming home. So to get the 9 signees of a 20 from the state of Alabama, really big deal. Job well done from Coach Saban, the coaching staff, and the support staff at the University of Alabama on making sure the home front was protected. But while I do enjoy everybody that has signed thus far from this class, and I'm going to try here without naming Bryce Young. We know he's the crown jewel, but without naming Bryce Young, I'm going to dive into the 5 guys that really caught my attention here. And starting this off at number 5, Trayshawn Holden, the wide receiver from Harbor City, California, at 6'3", 195 pounds. He was recruited at wide receiver, but I want to see Nick Saban take him and flip him to the secondary and have him play cornerback. When has Alabama ever had a 6'3" corner? It's never had that. That's giving me Richard Sherman vibes just thinking about that. Alabama has had a lot of solid defensive backs, a lot of solid corners, but the average size, you look at 5'10", 5'11". Trayvon Diggs was the outlier at 6'2", but even with Diggs, he was recruited as an athlete and played kick returner, punt returner, wide receiver before settling in on defensive back or at DB. I would like for Nick Saban to, from the get-go, take Trayshawn Holden and be like, son, we recruited you at wide receiver. We like what you can give at wide receiver, but we think you can be better suited at that corner spot because, I mean, that type of size, that type of length, athleticism, instincts, ball skills, press coverage, that type of ability, he can take some 50-50 balls away from wide receivers. So Trayshawn Holden at 6'3", $195, I would put him at corner. I would do it right now. But that was the number 5 guy. At number 4, really looking at Quandarious Robinson, the outside linebacker out of Birmingham, Alabama, Jackson Olin High School, at 6'5", 220 pounds. Alabama hit on a pass rusher. I've sat there and said it. For Nick Saban to get this thing back where it needs to be at, he's got to hit on some players in this recruiting class. He has hit on Quandarious Robinson. I mean, 6'5", 220, explosive on the edge, long arms, rangy, athletic, quick first step, can affect the passing game, and especially with Alabama losing Anthony Jennings and Terrell Lewis to the National Football League after this season, you had to get a pass rusher. Quandarious Robinson is that guy. Really like what he brings to the table. His film, to me, just jumped off the surface. Really like this dude right here. He was the 4th guy. At number 3, Alabama has a stockpile of running backs. Got a guy from Louisiana and Kyle Edwards. Got the Chase McClellan kid, 5-star, Jace McClellan. Really like what he brings to the table. But a guy that I consistently watch tape on, got a buddy of mine that has trained this young man physically and mentally. And at number 3, I'm referring to none other than Roydell Williams, the 4-star out of Hueytown, Alabama, Hueytown High School, at 5'10", 5'7", 5'10", 207 pounds. Roydell Williams, built low, beast, low center of gravity, tremendous mixture of power, speed, vision, and the guy I'm referring to that helped train him, my guy, Leonard Stevens of Step by Step Performance Training out of Birmingham, Alabama. The guy told me, dude, when you look at Roydell Williams and you look at Trey Sanders, it's almost the same person. Same speed, same power, same vision, but Roydell, NFL body right now. Cut up right now, chiseled right now. He's got the mindset of Adrian Peterson. He's got the running style of a young Adrian Peterson. This is what Leonard Stevens told me in terms of how good, how talented Williams is. Now, he will walk into a crowded running back room. Will he redshirt his freshman year? Remains to be seen, but in hearing him talk, he wants to push for playing time. He wants to be able to play on special teams, get on that field, and show Nick Saban what he brings to the table. Really like the combination that he brings to the table. Roydell Williams, number 3 to me. At number 2, and I go back to the secondary. Well, I go to the secondary for number 2, Malik Amor, the defensive back out of Hewitt-Trussville High School, Trussville, Alabama, 6 feet, 184 pounds. This guy just gets it in the secondary. He just gets it. I mean, has got the ball skills of a cornerback, but at safety is where I see him most fitting at. Doesn't have the speed to be a corner, but can track the football, knows the ball, complete bloodhound, can take a pick to the house for a touchdown. Very, very instinctive, and just, the guy just fits Alabama. Malik Amor just fits Alabama. The moment he put his name on, the moment he got that offer from Alabama, shut down the recruitment, locked it all away, said, I'm home, I'm coming to Bama. Really like Malik Amor. Like this kid the first time I set eyes on him. Really like his playing style, his quickness on the snap of the ball, his ability to read the quarterback's eyes, undercut routes, make plays on the football. And with, of course, Crimson Tide losing Trayvon Diggs, Shaheem Carter, Jarrett Maton, and Xavier McKinney potentially to the NFL draft, had to stockpile that backfield with talented DBs in the secondary. Malik Amor, to me, he just gets it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does on the football field. He was number 2, which brings me to the number 1 guy that caught my attention in this class, Demoy Kennedy at linebacker, inside linebacker out of Theodore High School, Theodore, Alabama. Comes from the same place that produced one C.J. Mosley, All-American, Butkus Award winner, a guy that first-round pick in the 2014 NFL Draft to the Baltimore Ravens, now with the New York Jets. C.J. Mosley was everything for the Crimson Tide. And now you go right back to Theodore High School where you pulled Demoy Kennedy at 6'3", 215 pounds, big, but runs a legit 4.5, north-south quickness, east-west quickness, can dissect the play, creating tackles for loss, can be a captain in the middle of a defense. And for a team that was thin at inside linebacker, Alabama just bulked back up at that position with Jackson Bratton, and the number 1 guy I have here, Demoy Kennedy. Really, really fine football player. Outstanding young man, great football player, and somebody that's going to be a captain at inside linebacker really, really soon here for this group. He's going to come in. He's going to push Shane Lee. He's going to push Christian Harris. He's going to push everybody hard, make everybody better around him. I like what Demoy Kennedy brings to the table. So, running back to this again, the 5 guys that really caught my attention in the signing class. Number 5, Trayshawn Holden at wide receiver, but I would like to see him be flipped to corner. Number 4, Quandarious Robertson, the outside linebacker. Ty got a pass rusher in this class. Number 3, Roydell Williams at running back, walks into a crowded room, but the young man from Hueytown, Alabama, Adrian Peterson type mindset. Number 2, Malik Amor at defensive back. The kid just gets it. And at number 1, Demoy Kennedy, the inside linebacker from Theodore, Alabama, a young C.J. Mosley. in the making. So those are the 5 guys there. As always, people, be sure you follow Justin Smith on social media and also follow him on YouTube, his show, The Process, which airs every Monday and Wednesday. He did a phenomenal job tracking this entire signing class all over, this recruiting, the boots on the ground. So make sure you give Justin Smith a follow there. We're going to go to another break here on In My Own Words, the podcast. Don't touch that dial, folks. Just getting started. But as always, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and get to STSfootwear.com. Get to STSfootwear.com and check out the Roll Tide shoes. I mean, these gorgeous, beautiful. You want to be the ultimate Alabama football fan, you got to check out these shoes via STSfootwear.com. If you go there right now and use the code word TD Alabama, you get $15 off your next purchase. I mean, you can't beat that. Can't beat that at all. So STSfootwear.com, great detailing on these shoes. Pick those up today. You'll be very glad that you did. When we come back from the break, we will get inside, dive into the matchups that Michigan brings to the table in terms of the Citrus Bowl. You have been listening to In My Own Words. What's up, college football fans? You can catch the hottest show in the streets, that being In My Own Words, the podcast, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Subscribe to Touchdown Alabama magazine for the best in Tide football.